Host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. The trend in sport utility vehicles these days is to make them more car-like when it comes to ride, handling, and creature comforts. Yet buyers still want an SUV to be tough enough for extreme weather and roads. Now, successfully blending car performance with robust truck abilities is no small feat. Yet that's just what Mitsubishi's new midsize Endeavor promises. So let's see if this crossover SUV delivers. Mitsubishi is no stranger to SUVs and has been providing Americans capable people movers since 1983 and built a reputation as offering some of the most robust of the mainstream imports. So the 2004 Mitsubishi Endeavor couldn't stray too far from that rugged SUV heritage just to add a little car-like comfort and convenience. The first thing we noticed about this crossover SUV is that it stands tall with an aggressive posture, a broad split grille like the smaller Outlander, pronounced fender arches, beefy 17-inch wheels, sturdy luggage rack, and a hatch with separate opening glass above a step bumper. All very SUV-like, yet styling is modern, sophisticated, even excessive, thus more like a car. Indeed, while Mitsubishi's other midsize SUV, the Montero Sport, is a true truck with body on frame, the Endeavor's unibody is derived from the next generation Galant sedan that also allows the Endeavor in LS, XLS, and limited trim to be built at the Galant's Illinois assembly plant, Mitsubishi's first North American-made SUV. The powertrain is also a crossover. The engine, borrowed from the flagship Montero, is a 3.8-liter V6 with single-cam 24-valve aluminum heads. Output sounds unspectacular at 215 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. The only transmission is a 4-speed automatic, but with manual shift capability. Two-wheel drive Endeavors are front-wheel, not rear-wheel driven, and all-wheel drive is the optional traction system, not true four-wheel drive. The Endeavor uses a straightforward viscous coupling with 50-50 torque split under dry conditions. So with no low range and despite a healthy 8.3 inches of ground clearance, you don't want to take Endeavor too far off-road. But then that's the trade-off Mitsubishi was willing to make to give the Endeavor the car-like performance now increasingly in demand. Indeed, in our track testing, except for tall vehicle lean and body roll, the Endeavor performed like a well-balanced front-drive sedan. It's light on its feet with crisp turn-ins and minimal front plow. The speed-sensitive rack and pinion steering is mounted low on the front crossmember and delivers above-average feel, especially on center. There is a tight, got-it-together response as you seesaw the wheel, and even in emergency maneuvers, the Endeavor acquits itself well. An anti-skid and traction control system can be added to the Limited as a cornering safety net. Remember, we weren't impressed with the power numbers for Endeavor's V6? Boy, did we change our tune when we put the pedal down. Smoothly leaping forward, the Endeavor returned a sports sedan-like 0 to 60 time of 7.6 seconds. That's faster than the more powerful Honda Pilot. The quarter-mile average, 16.2 seconds at 84 miles per hour, is also impressive. Away from the track, we tested Endeavor on roads that varied from glass smooth to asphalt marbles. The combination of responsive powertrain and all-independent suspension, struts in front and multi-links in the rear, manhandled whatever came our way with no more fuss than a well-engineered family sedan. Ride may be a little soft for 4x4 purists, but then they aren't the target audience. Although we wish all vehicles had brakes this good. The four-wheel disc returned a commendable 60-0 average of 123 feet. Twin-piston front calipers are aided by ABS, which is standard with all-wheel drive. Open the doors of the Endeavor and its split personality also springs forth, with more of the over-the-top style that separates this 5-passenger SUV from rivals. Standard driver's seat height adjustment and a tilt steering wheel make it easy to find a comfortable driving position. Seat heat is standard on Limited, while all models have side impact airbags. Main gauges overlap Porsche style, with XLS and Limited adding a large center display for compass, climate, and audio systems, which are easily mastered from a center stack that sticks out as the center of attention. The stereo sits nice and high, while the Limited's automatic climate controls are very intuitive. The 60/40 split and reclining rear bench seat is comfortable, supportive, and sized for 6-footers, while the flat cargo area will hold 40.7 cubic feet before you put the seats down, and a smallish for its class 76.4 cubic feet of stuff when you do. Fuel use is typical for a midsize SUV. 17 city and 23 highway for our two-wheel drive tester. 19 was our real-world average. When it comes to price, Endeavor is definitely more truck than car. The base two-wheel drive LS begins at $26,192. But the heart of the volume will be the all-wheel drive XLS at $30,492 and $33,792 for the limited all-wheel drive. Given that what is and isn't a crossover SUV is a fuzzy concept anyway, it's clear to us that the 2004 Mitsubishi Endeavor mixes the most desirable attributes of a car and truck better than most. Indeed, giving up only extreme off-road capabilities in exchange for top-notch car-like all-weather street performance seems like a compromise that most could endeavor to live with. Coming up, a museum for micro motor cars. Time now to stop by Goss's Garage.